Welcome to the second episode of us getting back in shape together after a little break over the summer, so that this upcoming year, this upcoming season will be the best clarinetistic season of your entire life. What we are going to speak about right now is how to practice articulation when you're just returning back to your instrument, okay? In the first couple of days after a break, how to practice articulation. But before we will dive in how to practice articulation, I want to give you something for free. I filmed a mini masterclass about the 4 types of articulation, okay? So this might be a really good thing to start with as well this year, this upcoming year, to be aware of the 4 types of articulations, since this is like a must to know as a clarinetist. So it's not really optional. Every clarinetist must have heard of it once in their career. So make sure to download it right now. It's the first link down in the description below. If you've never heard of it, go download it right now. So let's cover maybe first what not to do when coming back to the clarinet with articulations. And this is what not to do. Okay, this is like the number 1 not to do. You're not really paying attention what you're doing. You're just putting the metronome at tempo 100 and you're blasting your tongue against the reed without a lot of control. Yeah, so why not to do this? You shouldn't do this because you're not really paying attention. You are not aware of what your tongue is exactly doing. And we want to now, in this upcoming year, really perfect our clarinet technique, really perfect everything that we're doing and be aware of everything that we're doing. Therefore, the couple of first days are really crucial, where you need to dive in to what exactly you are doing so that it can manifest in your brain. The second thing that you shouldn't do in the first couple of days when you go back to practice is something like this. Or like this. Or like this. Okay, nothing against staccato etudes. They're all fun and games and they're really good, but not in the first couple of days when you come back to the clarinet, because you will not really focus with these staccato etudes on what the tongue is doing, but you will end up reading. You will read the notes that are written in your sheet music. Therefore, your brain will be 100% occupied with what is written in the sheet music, rather than you focusing what you're actually doing with your tongue. Now let's dive in what you should actually do. Okay, so what you should actually do is you should just focus on what the tongue is doing. 100% focus of your brain on what the tongue is doing. This doesn't need to be fast. It doesn't need to be slow, but just take a pace where you can focus on what your tongue is doing. Where does your tongue touch the reed? How strong does your tongue touch the reed? Okay, and do you feel the back pressure that is created once you stopped the reed, once you press against the reed? Do you feel a back pressure inside of your mouth? These are all things we should focus on. Or as well, to focus on that the speed of the air is always at the reed while we touch the reed and we block the airflow. The speed of the air inside of your mouth at the reed should still be the same speed. Okay, so if I let my embouchure loose, you will hear the speed of the air at the full speed non-stop, even when the tongue is on the reed. Okay, so getting back into articulation practice is not really about speed, and it's not really about not even about quality, but it's about focus on what it feels like. Focus on what it feels like going with the tongue forward, going back with the tongue, into which tongue position is the tongue going back into, okay? Then touching the reed again, feeling the back pressure, how does this feel like? Releasing the tongue, how does it feel like if the air streams back into the instrument? What does this feel like? Yeah, to be completely conscious of everything we're doing. And for this, we don't need any specific exercises. You can do this on any note. You can do this for around 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just focusing what's happening inside of your mouth. Okay, and so on. You'll just 100% focus on what you're doing with your tongue, what happens inside your mouth, your tongue positions, and the pressure and your body, how everything feels, just to be sure that you know what you are doing. I will see you guys all tomorrow with another video about how to get back in shape of our cool little series. See you tomorrow. Bye.